dots before I...
You think so?
Because now there's no really attractive way to...
Get them out of your teeth. The dots.
Remind me not to smile at all today during the show, because that might be really unattractive.
Ruining careers for 100 years. Todd and Erin Morning, streamgetpardaily.com. I am exhausted. Are you tired today?
It was really... do you remember that I slept all the way here and that you had to drag me
right there.
physically out
Can
of
we
the car?
help you? We're married.
Get
I can
away
do
from
this.
me.
I will pick your teeth.
Get away from me.
I will help you. All right, let me see. Smile. Both teeth right there. Why don't you go to the bathroom? I'll wait. Go ahead.
Fine, I'll do it. You know I'll do it?
Oh my God. 105 yesterday. 103 today. We don't have air conditioning in our car. You know why? Because we're Pioneer stock. And we're driving down the road with the windows open. It's like a convection oven. Look outside. Oh, go back. I'm sorry. There you go. That even looks hot. And this is it's like 75 degrees already. And
Why didn't you tell me I ate the red dots and
I know.
I've been chewing on the flesh of children?
I
my gosh.
sound like an old man when I go, it's hot. But seriously, driving down the road, all the windows open, 75 miles an hour, and a convection oven, and I thought my brain was going to explode.
Of course, look at the Morning Mountain Cam is
What's
brought to
that? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Morning Mountain Cam brought to you by Black Diamond Experts Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Most of the smoke, they say, from Brian Head is now gone. It's, what are we up to now, 75% contained?
Yeah. Actually, they're doing a good job.
Only because I think the wildfire at this point is actually tired and is lying down and resting.
Probably so.
Yeah.
We should talk about what happened last night around 11 o'clock.
Okay, this is...
Gephardt Daily was there on the scene first.
Which, of course, happens with our people.
Right.
This is really hard for me because our nephew, Zach, raises police dogs, which is an unbelievable... It is literally a 24/7 job. Everything we ever do together as a family, Zach is always there with one of the dogs that he's training. It's an unimaginable amount of work. And these pets... These dogs are heroes.
Workers,
they become part of your family. And so when something like this happens, it's brutal on a police force. This is pretty tough. They've been looking for a suspect, Torrey Massey, for several weeks. They found him at a traffic stop. It was about 33rd East, 11th South, up in Mill Creek. And he attempted to flee. One of the canine units went after him and latched on. And Massey shot him several times.
He pulled out a gun. They shot him several times.
And this courageous dog, this member of the force, held on to him, even shot, wouldn't let go until the rest of the officers could get to the scene and contain him.
This is Winder. Actually, Winder was pretty affected by this because everyone knew the dog. Everyone knows the handler. He's part of the team.
And the dog had survived cancer.
Oh my gosh.
It was just. It is. It's part. These dogs are part of the scene.
So
they're
as you
part
can
of the
see, it was...
the people. They're officers, and it was really brutal for him. So, in any case, they're doing a live conference this morning to kind of talk about what happened, about the suspect.
About 7:30.
And I don't know why it's worse to me, but I think it's just that if you know someone who is so low and vile that they would hurt an animal, I don't know.
Well, the dog's first defense too. Remember that the reason the dog goes in is so police officers don't have to put themselves in the line of fire, and so that's as sad as that is.
Just the concept of
job, right?
this animal, this dog holding on, even shot, saying, "I'm not going to let go."
All right, 7:30.
That's
7:30. We're gonna see if we can tie in with the news conference on that. Also coming up this morning, you've got stuff with Daisy as far as what's going on in the weekend.
Oh, there's so many things, and there's another Scottish festival. This is the big Kahuna Scottish festival.
The Scots just don't give up, do they? They just have a couple festivals every summer.
We are Scottish.
Are they wearing underwear this time? Because last time it was breezy.
The caber tossing was more awkward than I would have been comfortable with.
Which I just love the fact that different countries have polo and stuff, and the Scots we throw logs and large stones.
We're a sturdy people.
We don't have a lot of stuff.
What can I tell you?
All right. So also coming up, you're going to talk about protective orders and how you can get them free now.
More importantly is the representation.
Right,
Someone to walk this through you and help you and make sure that you've got it right.
I would like to apologize at this point.
What for now? Not that there's not many, but what now?
So, yesterday we were out filming some stuff and putting some stuff together. And so I was at several locations, and the shorts I wear are called hey, let stuff fall out when you sit down shorts. And I had my phone, and I sat down someplace, and lost my phone. I got home, and it's like, where's my phone? And so this still makes me laugh, and I know it's wrong because I'm apologizing for it. But I'm going to find my phone. I was password, don't know. So I went on Facebook because it was right there, and I said, hey, listen, I lost my phone, and I didn't know where it was. And I said, so if you know my phone number, start dialing it, right? And then I kind of turned into the thing, then I'll know who really loves me. And so as this went on, I had this idea, and I thought I'd put my phone number out there so people could call me. So
It wasn't your phone number, though, was it, honey?
no, it's a strip club.
I wake up from a nap and there's like 300 texts on my phone going, hey, Todd wanted us to call his number, but I know that's not the right number. That's not his number.
Oh, my
but
God.
I called and it's not his number.
Oh, and if there wasn't an FCC rule against recording this kind of stuff, I would have called and said, Todd, any messages? So I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious. So anyway.
You're not even ashamed of yourself right now.
I'm not.
You haven't even recognized the
my
error
God.
of your ways here.
I don't.
Who have I married? Who are you?
They said the lady on the end of the phone was getting irritated.
Poor woman. No wonder after 3,009
Hey,
phone calls for Todd.
Is this Todd's phone? No. It's Trail Strip Club. So free advertising, so suck it up, right? You just
Ladies at Trails, I would
Third
like to
West.
apologize for my moron husband at this time. It could be worse. He could have actually been at the club and he would have been annoyed on site. So there's that.
I apologize. No, I know. Oh, okay. All right, tell me
You
something.
done now?
Would you tell? I'm gonna go wipe my eyes. Start telling him something good, would you? Oh.
I am so sorry. I know he's a moron. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. All right, tell me something good. This is much better. I don't know if you saw this, but I was on Twitter the other day and I was mesmerized. I mean, I was mesmerized to the point where I looked up the whole thing about the Thai police force and what had happened and looked up the guy who did this, and it's pretty amazing. Now, I want you to think about what would happen here in America and really anywhere, because no one's got the energy to deal with this. If a guy walked into a police station wielding a knife and beginning to like point it jabbingly at people.
Oh
Look
my
at this
gosh.
man. He's standing there and he's in clearly terrible distress. Look at the Thai officer. This guy is like 3,027 feet tall.
He's sitting back.
Look at him. And he's like, dude, here. And he's reaching to him like, it's okay. And look, he's doing very non-confrontational and calm. Give me the knife. It'll be okay. Give me the knife.
Oh.
And the man, now at this point, you're thinking he's going to knock him down.
Oh.
He hugs him.
Oh.
He throws the knife far away and he hugs him. Look at this. Now here's the situation. Arunut Mali is the officer here, and this assailant had come into the station, incredibly upset and very heartbroken. I never sat down next to him and was just talking, very non-confrontational. He says, "I can do this with you. It'll be okay." Turns out this man is 50 years old, and he had lost his job that he had worked at for 1 trillion years. He couldn't support his family. He couldn't take care of his wife and his kids. And he literally was looking for someone to hurt him.
Oh,
to
my
end,
gosh.
To end the situation. And this gigantic freaking officer said, it'll be okay. We're going to work this out. But the concept to me of someone coming at you with a knife, no matter how heartbroken,
And he just kind of
and he's like, we'll work this out.
de-escalates.
And literally, when he came for him, and you could see the man slump like he's waiting just to get knocked over.
Right.
And for him to come over and hug him. And he sat down and talked with him. That kind of patience and that
Good
kindness.
stuff.
I've decided to vow, like, for the rest of this weekend, at least for the next 3 or 4 days, I'm going to spend every second trying to concentrate on what can I do to help somebody instead of like escalating the situation, because that to me is the most amazing thing in the world.
It really is.
Even though he is like 17 feet tall. And
Oh my God. He was like, when he came at him to hug him, it was kind of like,
the guy's like,
you're going to eat me.
I thought it was, It was beautiful. So that was the best example.
Tell me something good.
That was the best example I could imagine for giving for the rest of us for this weekend to
Was
try
so
to
much
concentrate
at risk.
on being that
so
person.
much at risk, right? I mean, a knife, your body.
His arm is out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like not really the initial, stance
Right.
you would think you would take. I thought it was gorgeous.
All right, news time.
All right, my beautiful Daisy is in the Gephardt Daily newsroom, and she has got hair today. She
does.
She looks like she is one of those girls from the White Snake videos. I mean, it's insane. Okay, Daisy is brought to you, of course, by Robert J. DeBry, Robert J. DeBry and Associates. If you need their help, you can always go to robertdebry.com. Executive Transportation, it is a white glove service at a discreet and elegant price. You can book your ride right now at executiveutah.com. And Black Diamond Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air, licensed, bonded, and assured with 24-hour service. Good morning, my beautiful White Snake video girl, Daisy. What's going on?
Hello everyone, I do have big hair today because I didn't look in the mirror before I left home. Don't do it, kids. Here's what's making headlines on GephartDaily.com. A canine belonging to the Unified Police Department was shot and killed during a fugitive arrest in Mill Creek overnight. An emotional Sheriff Jim Winder told Gephardt Daily the dog was killed when officers from a joint task force performed a felony traffic stop near the intersection of 33rd South and 1100 West. The fugitive, identified as Tory Massey, ran from his vehicle, prompting police to sick the dog on him. Police said Massey then fired at the dog, killing him. This is the second UPD canine killed in the line of duty in the last 2 years. The woman believed to be behind the wheel of a car which plowed into a crowd of people in the Rio Grande district, killing one and injuring 5 others, has been taken into custody. Police say 37-year-old Shutney Lee Kaiser ran from the scene the day of the accident. She was arrested Wednesday afternoon and returned to prison on a parole violation. 27-year-old Kendra Griffiths was killed in the crash. 5 others remain hospitalized. Fire crews in southern Utah continue to make slow, steady progress in their fight against the 2.5-week-old Brian Head fire. The fire has now grown in size to more than 68,000 acres, but the containment effort is also growing and now stands at 75%. Highway 143 has also been reopened from Panguitch to Parowan. And if you're wearing underwear today, you're probably going to want to strip down to it because we're expecting a temperature of 103 today, 102 Friday, and 101 Saturday, and then maybe 100 on Sunday if we're kind of following the math rule there. We're also expecting some thunderstorms later today and tomorrow. That's it for now. For more headlines, local news, and weather, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
103,
She looks amazing.
103, 102. You know what's good?
You know what? That's going to be balmy after yesterday's 105. So I think that's something to look forward to.
It's a dry death, and I think that's important. I was hanging out with Utah, all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air yesterday. And,
you and John, what were you guys doing yesterday?
Installing an AC unit at someone's house, and he talked to about this, about how you size it, how big. He's going to ask you, are you planning to stay in the house forever? Because it's the efficiency thing comes in. Anyway, I thought it was really interesting. Here's the cool thing. They can do it in one day. They can do it in one day. So if you were suffering yesterday, you can actually go to All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, or allutahplumbing.com, give them a call, and you know what? Today or tomorrow, you could have air conditioning. So if yours is down, that's what you should do. And the nice thing is, they're honest. They will tell you the truth. If you need something fixed, they will, and they only fix it once because it's done. So anyway, there you go.
The only thing I can possibly picture is yesterday that whoever you went to see was must have been just on the floor throwing their arms around John's knees like, thank you for coming, thank you for coming.
And he did. And it was a little awkward. But
I think John's used to that, so it's okay. Really.
Well, I got to tell you, we have a swamp cooler along with AC because we like the moisture and everything. Except for
dying.
Swamp coolers work up to about 92, 93.
And then they kind of tap
degrees.
out on you like, I'm finished here. Yeah.
And our swamp cooler just sits there and goes, I'm just going to make noise. Okay, I'm just going to blow hot air, and I'm just going to make noise.
I'm going to make that supportive sound that almost looks like I'm working.
I'm going to pretend I'm working, but I'm not. It's just circulating really hot air. Once again, a convection oven. And today, another 103, right?
Oh, that's all. So it'll be so much easier.
So much better. I said, it's the dry death.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That makes me so much happier.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning to everybody. Ann Thursday, good morning. And by the way,
Facebook.
Karen and Sandy, this is on Facebook Live. If you're joining us live this morning, we love you. Karen and Sandy did want you to know that they had attempted to dial your phone
And they ended up
and to
calling
speak to the young lady at the Gentlemen's Club.
at the strip
Wow.
club. I'm sorry. I was sitting there alone, and I rarely make myself laugh, but that, for some reason, just was sticking hilarious. But I apologize. I do.
Yeah, that sincerity is just radiating off you
So,
right now.
what is this about
This is a
three
big deal.
lawyers?
Well, this is a big deal because there's been so many domestic violence cases recently. I mean, two that were huge where both women were shot in public, an unimaginable tragedy, and both children hurt. Basically, here's the deal. The Legal Aid Society of Utah has been kind of rapping on windows and doors and basically on the sides of people's heads going, we can help you. Because there's been a lot of questions about protective orders and do they work and what should I be doing? And for a lot of people who are in this situation, domestic violence, women and men, they may not have the money or the resources to be able to go out and go, I'm going to put down $10,000 for my, an attorney and all these things.
Right.
They can't. Well, the Legal Aid Society has really stepped up in the fact that they're like, we can do this for you. And
cool.
there's attorneys all over Utah from the Utah Bar Association who volunteer their time here.
Oh.
And these are top flight attorneys who volunteer time to take on these kind of cases. And they said, we want you to know we're available. We're here for you. We can walk you through the protective order. We'll explain what to do. We'll go to court with you. We'll stand there with you. We'll support you. You don't have to do this alone.
That's amazing.
You don't have to be scared. We'll make it work. And like I said, these are top flight attorneys, and there's things about child protective orders, cohabitant abuse owners, and orders. And one of the things that they've talked about that was such a big deal is there's a lot of people who may have a language barrier. And you and I had hosted a domestic violence awards dinner with our friend Marie Tolley Just, who's an angel. And one of the women there who was being awarded was Cambodian, and she couldn't speak the language. And her husband had told her, the police will take you away from us. They'll take you away from your children.
Really mean stuff.
You will never get any help.
But she did.
And she had the courage to go and get help, and she's saved so many other people in that same situation. So it doesn't matter what your status is. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter if you think you can afford to pay. Their job is specifically to make sure that you and your kids are protected.
And make your way through the process, which is complicated. Especially if
it's
your life
terrifying.
is turned upside down.
I would like to think I'm kind of a smart monkey, and I actually went through a couple of the orders trying to read through and see if I understood it. And court is a terrifying process. So we're going to be actually talking to a couple of the attorneys from the Legal Aid Society next week to give you some more ideas. But if you think you need help, if you think you know someone who needs help, will you please write this down? It's 1-800-897-LINK. LINK. So it's 1-800-897-LINK. We're going to put this up on the Todd and Erin page on GetPartDaily.com if you need to get more information. But there is no reason to sit there and hide and think you don't have a resource. You absolutely do. Someone is there to help you, and they won't judge you based on status, language, education, whatever the abusive partner has told you. There's someone there to help you.
And it's nice. If it's not you, it's someone you know.
Precisely.
And I think that kind of information is like there is a way out, and you can protect your kids. I can't even imagine.
And this involves stalking. This involves dating violence.
Right.
I mean, there's a gamut, a spectrum of abuse, and they can help you with any one of those things. So once again, it is 1-800-897-LINK. 1-800-897-LINK. Write it down. I know you know somebody who probably needs it, and we'll make sure it's up on the page as well. I just thought that was such a cool thing, and when they contacted us and said, please let people know this, let them know that we're available, because you and I have been dealings with attorneys before. Our best friends and the people we hate most on this earth all tend to be attorneys, and the good ones want you to know they're there for you. They're going to stand by you.
We would like to say thank you, by the way. We'd like to say thank you for
the big thank you.
The big thank you for watching and
Did you see the numbers recently?
Yeah. Our reach is over 2 million. We've only done the show for 4.5 months. I don't take credit. I think it's the set. I think it's the background.
It really is stylish. And if we wore those green bags over our head, we would be the most photogenic
All right,
people in the gas
so
station.
what we're going to do is Christopher Steakhouse, and what you're seeing right now is a beautiful time of going out. And
Some of our lovely winners enjoying their meal
And 4 of you just go out
that
and
we
have
weren't
a
there for.
great time, and you don't have to worry about driving because we have...
Oh, executive transportation. Our friend March picks you up. He takes you down there. He's wonderful. He's gone up as far as Hooper. He drove to like the
What?
other end of Utah to pick up Thursday and a couple of our winners. So it's our chance to tell you how much we appreciate you and we love you. And so you get an amazing night out. You get taken care of. And all you have to do in order to win is to go to one of our 3 Facebook pages.
Right.
We have Gephardt Daily, Gephardt Approved, and the Todd and Erin Facebook page. Just comment under the show today. Like the page. We would like that if you would.
Like
and then
Todd's
just share.
hat.
Just share. And
That's
then you're
great.
entered to win. And then tomorrow we are picking a winner. And it should be you. So thank you.
All right, so coming up next, we have all the stuff going on. You and Daisy are going to talk about craziness going on this weekend, and that's coming up next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
Dots that look like I've been chewing. Welcome back to the Todd and Erin Morning Stream, Daisy. Okay, now I really wanted people to witness this. Could you do that shaking flip thing that they always do in slow motion in the music videos? Look how hot that is.
Did you say could I do it?
Could you? I would appreciate it.
The only thing is I don't want to get you, so hang on.
It's all right. I think I've probably hit you in the head with my...
Look,
Ready?
wait.
Okay, just picture with White Snake going, here I am alone on my...
No, but wait. You do understand that I don't
You were
want...
smoldering.
I don't want to be a White Snake dancer. I want to be in White Snake.
Oh, no, you were like Tawny Kitten. You were the one rising around the hood of the car.
I'll totally be Tawny. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
totally
so
be Tawny.
You look gorgeous. Okay, this is going to be a fun weekend. I know it's 3,027 degrees, so we were kind of trying to think of stuff that might have been indoors more.
Yes,
And you
totally.
picked some good stuff.
And I don't know why, but for me, the things I picked are kind of musically themed this weekend. I think like we had the 4th of July weekend, and then
We all blew stuff up.
yeah,
So-
and then yesterday was weird because it was Wednesday, but it felt like Monday, and so I was
know,
just
right?
looking for things to do, and I'm like, okay, maybe music will just make everything calm and fun and
I think that's
not
perfect.
confusing, you know. So
I think that's perfect. And we're all savage beasts in this heat, so let's go with music.
Seriously. So the first thing is I just had to mention that we talked about Jay, his band,
This is Daisy's husband, who's very adorable.
family band. Look how cute he is.
Girl. You picked a good one. You picked a good one.
So we talked about they had a gig at the Royal a while back. This weekend they've got a gig at Pat's Barbecue.
And they're going on before like 3 a.m, so this is like a perfect
Oh
opportunity.
yeah, it's perfect because Pat's actually closes at 9, I think. So I want to say this gig is 7 till 9.
Okay.
Very civilized.
Explain the band and what kind of music.
Okay, so the band is Jay and then his cousin Vito, which everyone's like, you have a cousin named Vito.
I'm sorry,
Everyone,
but that's cool.
everyone says
I'd name
that
a
to
kid
him.
named Vito just on principle because that's pretty epic. Okay.
Right? And then his godfather and then a bass player. So it's kind of a family band. They do huge mix of songs from, they do some Beatles, they do some Steve Earle, they do some Oasis, they do some Everly Brothers. So nice.
I like that. So just really eclectic. There's something everyone's going to go, oh, I know that song, I know
Super
that song.
eclectic. And the fun thing about Pat's, I don't think you and Todd have been there.
No, but you were mentioning barbecue and his ears went up like a dog's. It was cool.
Yeah, so really good barbecue. And then the way it's set out is...
No, I just want to do this. You're a big hit on Facebook with your big hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I agree, Steve. She is that hot.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So they have big picnic tables. So if you're there with a small group, you kind of sit communally with, you know, and knowing our families and friends as I do, it's probably going to be about 25, 30 members.
I lived in the South for a long time, and that's exactly how they do it there. Just big, things of butcher paper, and you all sit down, and you're like, stuff's flying everywhere.
Exactly. And their barbecue, oh my gosh. I mean, it's so good. So that's the first thing. Just come, Pat's Barbecue, Saturday. Come down. I think you and Todd are coming. Come say hi to us. And that's fun. I'm excited. And it's free. So that's a free thing.
Free entrance. That's going to be great. Perfect.
And then the other thing I picked that's not a free gig, but a really great venue in Salt Lake is the State Room on State Street.
It would be because it's on State.
Because it's on State Street.
Seems good.
It is a really good venue. And Monday,
Marcus
King Band. He's 11 years old.
No freaking way.
No, he's not.
I was about to. I was going to buy it. Like, really? Okay.
He looks so young. The State Room is a really fun venue. We saw Lucas Graham there this last year, and it's one of those venues that you see bands and you're like, well, that's the last time I'll probably see this band in a venue of this size.
Oh,
because then next time they come to town, they're in the complex or they're in USANA or wherever.
This is your chance to go. I knew them so before they were cool. Which I love. Because I'm shallow. That's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
So that's Monday night.
Okay.
I think at 8:30 and. It's worth just hopping on the State Room website. I know they've got Suzanne Vega coming out.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
And
we're going back for that
Steve
one.
Earle coming out. I think it's sold out, but just a great venue. And there's.
My name is Luca.
There you go.
I was gonna say it before Richard did, but his was better. Okay.
Wouldn't that be fun to go to Suzanne Vega and cry and feel angst and.
She was good at that. She was it before Tori Amos got into the whole I'm it now. I'm going to be the angst. But she was beautiful as she did it.
Oh yeah.
That's
and
so
then
fun.
and then the back to the free stuff. So up at Davis Arts Council, which is in Leighton, I think it's in Leighton. You have to say it like that.
Is that Leighton? I'm so proud of you.
Leighton.
That's so good.
They have. I was looking at their website, and they have Friday night movie nights that are free, and then Sunday night musical performances.
And they get some really good names.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's free. You go in the park and you sit down, you're like, seriously, there's not like a cover charge?
Well, yeah. And I emailed them and I'm like, do people need to RSVP? And she's like, no, you just, we open the gates at 6:15. You can bring a picnic. You can sit anywhere you like. It starts at 7. And this Sunday night, it's called the Kenley Review Company. And the amazing thing is, so they're doing like Broadway hits.
Oh, how cool.
But not just like, I mean, they're doing like Hamilton and Wicked, but then I was looking and they're doing songs from like really the very popular shows right now. Waitress is super popular.
Oh, that's so fun.
Have you heard of this musical called Dear Evan Hansen?
Yeah.
It's the one, it's garnering, it won all the Emmys and
so this is you go and you hear everything and then you can
Totally
tell your
fun.
friends, well, I'm much more learned about Broadway and I've already seen all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then everyone else goes on Google and they're trying to find out what they were talking about.
And completely free. So, I mean, where can you go wrong?
And the luxury of that is pretty cool. And it's a gorgeous park. I think it's at Kenley Park. It's gigantic. So that's very nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay.
So loads of fun free stuff and non-free stuff, and
that's very clever.
it's going to be a fun weekend.
Barbecue and hot husbands. So really, you can't beat that.
Yeah. And plus, there's a couple of really good movies coming up.
I'm so excited. Oh, first the Scottish Festival. Now this is the big, gigantic, old school one that they've had in Payson for like 9,027 years. It starts on Friday night and then runs through Saturday. And once again, Todd and I were laughing about this because we are both Scottish. And so you run through and you can see all the clans. You can pick up your family's tartan. You can go, get some ideas. But it makes us laugh because I don't know if it's because we're simple, but for the Scots, I mean, we had stuff. You people are doing like cricket and drinking tea and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
And we were like throwing logs. We liked it. We were proud of our log throwing skills. So,
I have to say though that when the Strongest Man in like Europe or any of those shows on TV, I love them. And my favorite part is when they throw the big rock in the air.
Oh yeah, right?
The thing that's so amazing to me is they get it and they throw it up and you're like, dude,
that rock's in the air, your head is right here. And they're kind of like, whoa. And then the rock falls like a quarter of an inch from them. They're so brave. And they pull cars. I mean, you know, there's not going to necessarily be strongest men in the world at the Scottish Festival.
We're not bright, but we're cheerful, and I think that's the important thing.
You throw big logs.
Oh yeah, the caber tossing is excellent. The one thing, if you do get a chance to go, and this is really, it's actually almost emotional, is as they do a tattoo where it's the assembly of the clans, and they have the bagpipes going, and everybody's like with it, and you see this huge field of tartan, and the music. I mean, there's nothing like bagpipe music. It just soars over the field. No, seriously, it's goosebumps, and it's to watch it happen is one of the most amazing things you can experience. It's really beautiful. So it is admission is free, so it's going to be Friday.
Fantastic.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
6 to 9:30, and then Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And where is it?
And this is in Payson. So
Okay.
it's glorious. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, movies. I'm so excited for this. Despicable Me 3, which was supposed to be one of the big blockbusters, was kind of like, eh.
I saw The Beguiled. That was good.
I know.
Did you see it?
It's got Colin Farrell in it. Of course I saw it. Hello.
Isn't it so scary?
I know, it's the psychological stuff that always gets you.
I was just going to give away a big plot point,
Don't
but
do it.
it's
Don't.
creepy. It's really good.
All right, this weekend, though, they say this is going to be a slam dunk. Spider-Man is out, and this one is, they've got the new Spider-Man, they've got a whole new setup, but this one's intense. Take a look.
Finally, here we go.
Good evening, Peter. Whoa. You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
That is awesome. I can keep that suit.
So I look how cool this is, and of course they've got Tony Stark in it. There's nothing funnier than Robert Downey Jr. And so this poor kid, he's like this G. Willikers guy, and so Stark kind of takes him under his wing. So it's very entertaining. It was a good one. You may have caught this kid when you saw the Avengers Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Nice little G Wiz kid. Very cool. So it's kind of a different take, and it's intense, but I thought it was really charming. Okay, and of course, really quickly, a ghost story. A ghost story. Basically, it's just going to scare the living crap out of you. There's no argument. It's old school. There's people with sheets on that are going to eat you or stab you or do other things.
Guys, we gotta go to
All
the
right.
beer.
So thank you very much. That's the Weekend Update. We love you, Daisy. And now let's move on. We were telling you about the press conference that was going live with Sheriff Jim Winder, talking about the K-9 police officer, and here he is.
At one point in time, the suspect taking the vehicle and fled on foot. Based on decisions that have been made prior to this circumstance, K-9 officer Sergeant Chad Reyes deployed his K-9 Dingo from the cab of his police vehicle. Dingo pursued the individual and interjected him near the lip bay.
Now, just if you're following back on this, Sheriff Winder's having a hard time, very emotional, and
We're having some technical difficulties here.
So we'll just narrate a little bit of this until he's able to talk again. Tory Massey is a suspect at large that they'd been looking for a long time, a fugitive. Finally caught him at a traffic stop up in the Cottonwood area of Salt Lake City, and they released a K-9 police officer to go after Massey. The dog latched on, and Massey shot him several times. And this
Killing the dog.
The brave dog didn't even let go, even shot. He held on long enough for the officers to reach and arrest.
There's a picture of
arrest
Winder,
Massey.
who took this really hard. I mean, a lot of people did, because this officer, the dog, was a part of everybody's family, and was always around. And so, obviously, a tragedy, and everyone's feeling the way they do about this. And Winder took
this
it.
pup had even survived cancer.
I know.
I mean, it's like, are you
know.
kidding? Can this get any more heartrending? So,
And the reason they use dogs is to send the dog in to the line of fire, so an officer doesn't have to. and a lot of times they just help subdue the suspect. And in this case, the suspect was armed and used his gun, and just a sad situation.
And Sheriff Winters said this particular dog, like all our canine officers, is beloved. This dog has been with his handler for many years through many tragedies.
Yes.
The dog is a cancer survivor, and needless to say,
All right, let's
our
go back.
unit, entire department is heartbroken.
Let's go back to the audio.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
I kind of put this under the context of the Captain Obvious study.
Okay.
Because this is like saying, I would like $1 million to do a study on if you drop a barbell on your head, it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt.
Is that kind of thing. Now, this is going to shock you, so I want you to hold on.
Hold on, stop.
Okay. This was a gigantic study that was done by Lay University and Northwestern. It was a 3-part study, and they wanted to see how summer affected people's behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to scare you.
This is new.
Oppressive summertime heat
Heat.
makes people moody
Moody.
and unhelpful.
What? Unhelpful.
Right?
What's unhelpful?
Isn't that funny? They say that in unreasonably hot environments, clerks are 50% less likely to provide helpful customer service, whether it's offering suggestions or assisting them with questions. And then, of course, the second part of the study was for people to do another online survey talking a little bit more about what had happened after they'd gone through a couple of days.
Right.
This is the part that I thought was so funny, because this is a paid study,
Is this
right?
groundbreaking?
50% of the people went, I'm not going to do the second half of this study because it sucked. Because they had to go out and experience the hot weather.
Oh, I see.
And they refused to continue on with the study because it was so uncomfortable for them.
Wow.
Oppressive heat makes you moody and unhelpful.
You know, a couple days ago, we went and we're filming something in our car, and we had to go through the car wash, right? And there was a lady standing out there, and she couldn't have been more pleasant.
She was adorable.
She was almost dead from the heat,
I know, right?
but she was going to go with a smile on her face.
It's interesting. They say if there's even 15 degrees temperature difference, that it makes a huge amount of difference with what happens. People in the cooler rooms, this is the third leg of the study, it was 100 degrees in one room.
Right.
And then it was 85 in the next. Students in the room that was only 15 degrees cooler did 35% better on all of their coursework.
So hot yoga is a bad thing. How
Yes.
can you meditate when you're upset?
I went to one of those classes for Birkin yoga, and the instructor came over to try to help me with her pose, and she slipped in a pool of my sweat and fell down, and she suggested that perhaps this wasn't my thing. I think I'm the only person I know who has flunked out of yoga.
You were bounced. You're bounced out of yoga.
I was shunned.
All right, I'm not going to use this word on this story because it breaks my heart. It's about Lake Powell, and evidently people are mistreating the sewer apparati down at Lake Powell. Now, Erin and I, we had an old houseboat that we fixed up, and we had it on a buoy at Bullfrog, and it's 4 years of like the best best experience.
Exquisite, yeah.
And it was before kids, so you know we were always happy and rested.
Oh.
And it was just we love this place. We absolutely love it. We have a special place we go every time. We drove down there 4 hours and 17 minutes, by the way. Get there, unload, to go out to the buoy, get the thing, disconnect, go, and then Lake Powell.
Okay, here's the part that's going to kill you. So apparently there were several reports of this, which makes it even more physically ill for me, but apparently there's a fairly secluded canyon, and several people reported that 2 or 3 houseboats simply dumped their waste tanks there because they couldn't be bothered to go to the waste station on your way back out of the lake. So they've actually had to close down a section of that area because of the E. coli bacteria. And the thing that they say, please don't dig a hole and even bury it, because as you know, the water rises rapidly up and down, because this is an area that they utilize the water
We
downstream.
just should shoot them.
And once the water goes back up over the hole, it doesn't help,
Let's
because
put 'em-
it's still going to release all of the stuff into the water.
In the toilet and make them work on the poop dock.
I just can't even imagine the sheer golly, but I'm just going to release it here because we're leaving, so I don't care.
And we watched over the 4 years, we watched the change in the lake. We watched the level drop, and then we watched it come back up again. And all the fishing we used to do, oh my gosh, it was so fun.
I'm kind of sorry we ate any of those fish now that I'm thinking about this whole E. coli thing.
I think they should be shot.
Frankly, but things like that happen down there, and I've never quite understood this. There was one that was absolutely exquisite where, that if you've ever seen this, it's at Forgotten Canyon, and it's called the Defiance House.
Let's go back.
We're going back? We're going to go back to Sheriff Winder now to hear more about this story.
Let's go ahead.
History, his current actions, his current behaviors, and that's when we started focusing on him.
Do you know when can you tell us when that incident occurred? Or
I'm not sure.
And what about Dingo's handler? How is he doing right now? Obviously, all of our thoughts are with him.
Yeah, he's devastated. Last night, on the scene, again, the bond, I know people will understand this. People's relationships with their animal companions are very unique. Imagine a situation in which that animal companion is with you day in and day out, with your family, your kids, and every night of your working life. And then to go through all of these other circumstances. Chad is devastated. His family is devastated. The canine unit is devastated. And the canine community. I do just want to mention one thing last night. It was very touching. When we were at the veterinary hospital dealing with all this, and every wonderful people, canine units from around Salt Lake Valley responded there to honor this situation. West Valley and Salt Lake City and others, they all showed up. So the collective impact to all of these members was significant. As you know, these units train together on a regular basis and interact. So, Chad was, to say the very least, deeply affected. He is off. In fact, our entire canine unit, we have pulled him out of service for a period of time, and our sister agencies will support us with canine support while we do that. Pretty neat.
Sheriff Winder, you mentioned that the dog had been in service for 5 years. Had he worked with this handler that entire time?
Yes, he's been primarily with Sergeant Reyes the entire time. Sergeant Reyes would have received him as a breed dog recruit, provided the basic training, and the dog's been highly successful. Our unit is boastful, they're very, very proactive and very effective. And Dingo's probably one of our most effective kids.
Was he protected at all? I know that we are trying to get bulletproof vests for officers and the canines. Are there those cases?
Yeah, he was not. And I went through my mind last night as well. I'm sure the question would be asked. Handlers make decisions on a regular basis, especially in extreme temperatures. Remember that on surveillance activity, essentially stays.
All right, so this is a very sad morning for a lot of people, and we just wish. I'm understanding more about why Sheriff Winder wants more calmer time down in Moab as police chief there, because it's so painful to watch these kind of losses. So coming up next, this is really the Pets and Police morning. And
It really is.
Famous animal fosters, Springville Police step into action. It's all coming up.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
In the evening, in our circumstance, all of our canines work in the evenings. Are they stretched? Absolutely. But they're one tool in a variety of others. But in certain circumstances, there is no capability like these dogs. And risks are just intense. There's just nothing else that can be used like a canine for situations like this without putting human beings at risk. I hope that answers. Sure.
I know it's pretty early on.
With Sheriff Winder. This is a crazy morning.
It really is. It's kind of emotional. So anyway, go get a tissue, get a drink of water, come on back. We've got some really amazing stories about fosters. There's a social anxiety app that I'm really excited about. It was actually designed by 2 children who have social anxiety. And it's a massive difference.
And that's coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, so we're going to be talking about right now fostering animals. And you know what's so cool about celebrities when they do it? Is it teaches you. It teaches other people. A lot of people don't even know it exists. Our girl, Zoe, is famous at this.
Well, my sister actually heads up the fostering department down at the Humane Society of Utah, and she's actually it's pretty cool. They had taken a lot of these foster pets to different homes because you have to get kittens spayed and neutered. Sometimes an animal might be sick and it wouldn't be good for them to be at the shelter.
Right.
So, and especially in the case of the kittens, a lot of them are feral. So they gave Zoe this batch of kittens, and mind you, this is my 6-year-old daughter.
Feral cats.
And the woman who headed the cat call lady later said, "You gave those kittens to a 6-year-old?" And Julie goes, "They'll be fine." Zoe has this relentless love that she will love them into submission whether they want to or not. And you'll see this little pleading kitty face over her shoulder going, "Help me." And I'm like, "You're on your own."
She holds them upside down in a nice way.
We walked in one day and we caught her. She was rubbing the cats on the face of our dog, Gil, and he was just lying there with this bleak resignation like... So when they go back to the shelter,
they're socialized with dogs.
Yeah, well, they're socialized and they're sweet and they want to come up and be adopted and they're friendly and they're not going to hiss and bite. So it's important. But traditionally, you find like the average Joes like us doing something like this because there's a commitment. Well, there was 2 puppies, Scully and Mulder. Oh, that's so cute. They were named after the X-Files characters, and they were taken in by Louis Legacy Animal Rescue in West Virginia. Well, there was a sweet news story about them, and I guess they were going to have to put them to sleep because they couldn't get anyone to foster them, to care for them because everyone was so overloaded.
Right.
Hillary Swank, of all people, Oscar winner Hillary Swank.
Do you love her?
Did you love that? The movie she did with Clint Eastwood, I thought was incredible. But in any case, of all people, she called and goes, "Yeah, okay, I'll take them." And they went, "I beg your pardon." She goes, "Yeah, I'm here in Los Angeles. I'll send you the plane fare. Fly the dogs to me."
What?
And they're beautiful dogs. If you look, they're golden labs.
Dogs are better travel than we are.
And it was so funny. So she went to the airport with 2 carriers. She picked up the puppies. And she's fostering them, and she ended up falling so much in love that she's keeping one of them. And she says, "I've already badgered one of my neighbors to take them." She goes, "He's a very famous member of a boys singing group. I won't tell you which one."
So both dogs are in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, exactly. She goes, "That way they can be together." Which is so funny to me. But in any case, I love the fact that Hillary did this because now people know it's a thing. Even if you can't do a full-time commitment, if you can help these little sweeties get ready to be adopted, it's amazing.
And what's nice about it is it teaches your kids how to, it's a temporary pet, basically. So they get to kind of test drive the kitties and then the stuff like that, and that's really cool. And I'm so glad those dogs stayed in the same neighborhood, because if they came back to a regular house like ours, how disappointing would that be?
Can you imagine, wait, my brother got her, and I'm stuck here with you people?
See, her house is so much better.
Really?
Right.
Very disappointing.
103 today. 103. Guess who can help you with 103 degrees? All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. So we meet again.
Yep. Here we go.
John? All right. So first of all, where's your cape? You should have a cape on.
Yep.
Because you are putting in air conditioners. What's the temperature going to be today?
We are looking 105 from the news I was watching.
Let's stop right now and put this in because we're all
105.
going to die.
Right, so we just put in this York air conditioner. This is a 16 SEER
I don't know
air
what,
conditioner,
what's
which
that?
means an energy efficiency rating.
Okay.
And so they go all the way, over 20 now.
Okay.
So the higher the number, the more efficient.
So this one is bigger than the one at my house.
Yeah.
And I have a smaller one next to that. So how did you determine this model?
So the way we choose an air conditioner,
Right.
again,
Right.
is how long are you going to stay in your home? How long are you going to stay?
Right.
And then, based on that, let's buy that fits the budget
Right.
of based on how long you really think you're going to be there. Because otherwise, you're giving all those savings to the next person that buys the home, which is a nice generosity thing to do. You can come to my house. We can do that at my house. Or your house with your dinky
That
little...
would be awesome.
But really, that's what you do. You buy what's appropriate
Right.
for your situation.
So I give you a call, and let's say I have an old one, or it's broken, it's undersized, something's going on, and I have you come out. You come out and take a look at it, right? And then
Yep.
you go and you go and you have your place where you buy these. You bring it out. How long are we talking? Days, or we talk for installation?
Usually we're the same day or next day service.
Right.
We're really busy, but don't worry about call.
Right.
We'll get somebody out there,
Okay.
even possibly me. At any rate, we come out, and then when it's time to put it in, say it's that day.
Right.
Well, by evening, see you later, have a good one.
And
It's going to take some time to cool that home down, but
it's on.
It's on, it's running in the morning or later that night. You're going, yeah, that's nice.
So all you have to do is you have to give them a contact, All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, and that phone number is
801-652-4755, 24 hours a day.
All right, that wraps it up. Wraps it up again.
Yes.
You are an incredible man. You can save lives today.
Possibly at 105.
Right.
It's no joke.
I'd jump off a building if I didn't have air conditioning.
I won't go that far, but I'll get air conditioning.
All right, give him the phone number one more time.
801-652-4755, 24 hours a day.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thanks,
All right,
bud.
Our next adventure is around the corner. We sure held hands a long time, didn't we?
You two have been working real close recently. Anything I should
Seriously,
worry about?
you could call him and have air conditioning by tonight.
I'm beginning to really love how John's playing to the camera
He
now.
is. He's a star.
He's getting really. He's all savvy.
He's
and
a rock star.
I'm actually a
And
little.
that, my friends, is a picture of brotherly love. That's what that is.
That's a good thing.
Social anxiety. I have anxiety from time to time.
Well, social anxiety is brutal because this is literally where walking up to someone and trying to talk to them, you'd rather kill yourself. I mean, it's that terrifying and that intense. And I have a couple of members of our family who have massive social anxiety. So the concept of trying to meet people or talk to them, or maybe like talk at a business meeting, or maybe even give a presentation, they can't.
Or worse yet, you have one of these guys.
Oh, the close standers. I hate those too. In any case, it was interesting that they said that studies have shown that people are more afraid of public speaking than death. Go away.
Okay.
Go away. 75% of people would rather die than have to do the public speaking approach thing. So what happened was two students decided, you know what, we're gonna do an app.
An app.
Now it's called Orai, and it's pretty
It's
interesting.
called what?
Orai.
Oh, right.
And it uses artificial intelligence to offer concise feedback on clarity, timing, content delivery, pace, vocal energy. It talks about hints and suggestions. It talks to you about, okay, I'm measuring that your anxiety is too high, so let's just take a deep breath. And it basically literally coaches you through
Now, wait a
one of
minute.
these
Do you have
interactions.
an earpiece in, or it must have?
It does text and it can also do sound, whichever
you're-
you prefer.
So you're going to talk to people.
So you're standing here and you're
Lost
freaking
my
out, and your
phone
hand is
again.
shaking, and you got it down
Right.
like this, and it'll give you like a couple of hints on things you could say, and then because it's not speaker, it hears what they're saying, and then it talks to you again like, slow down, you're doing great, just slow down a little bit.
That seems distracting.
And it literally walks you through it. Not necessarily though, if you're that freaked out. And besides, these days, we all look at our phone even if we're talking to other people. Now, it's funny because it comes from a young gentleman named Gupta who was born in Pakistan. And so he has a very thick accent.
Right.
And so now that he's here in America at Drexel University, he's incredibly anxious about trying to talk to people and like, are they going to understand me? Am I talking clearly enough?
Right.
And it was so miserable for him that he partnered up with a high schooler and they created the app.
Oh,
so
funny.
they number one won the prize, $40,000 that went to one of the most creative thinkers at Drexel University.
Right.
And then they put it up on a startup just to see if they could get some money to develop the app. And they had
Yeah,
over
when?
$200,000 in a day.
Wow, there's no anxiety there.
Now the thing is, this is free. You can get it on any Android,
Right.
whatever. But the nice thing about it, it's already been downloaded by 35,000 people, and they're like, "No, wait, it's going to get better. We're going to upgrade it."
It's like
But
beta, right?
But in any case, it's available now, and I just love the
cool.
concept of that because it'll literally walk you through it.
You can also, which I have done, you can watch TED Talks. And may I show you what the typical TED Talk is?
Certainly.
Would you scoot over, please? So what you want to do in a TED Talk is they always start on a chair. And they go, "Hi, everybody. How are all with glasses on?" They go, "Hi, everybody."
You're so much more intellectual now.
And then they walk over to the other side of the stage, over here, and they show you a graph about what the problem might be. And when they go over that, now at this point, scoot back just a little bit, at this point, what they'll do is they'll come over, take their glasses off, and say and tell you a very funny antidote. And then you laugh. And then they go back over here and they sit down. And from there, they wrap it up. Once again, referring to the chart, referring to their story, and referring to the topic. And that, my friends, is a TED Talk. It's that easy. They all do that. Everyone does that in a TED Talk.
Well, okay, so basically, you and I could totally do a TED Talk,
We
except
could.
for two small problems.
Number one, I never get to talk,
We're neither famous or intelligent. So
See?
those two problems do seem to.
so we won't have to worry.
See?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
You know, there's so many problems solved. It's like no one can hack our bank account because there's no money. We're not celebrities, so no one will listen. And yeah. And I drive a standard transmission, so no one can steal my car.
We got it all figured
We
out.
got it
ladies and
going,
gentlemen.
baby.
All right, I think we should finish today with something beautiful.
Don't you have the story?
We've been talking about pets and police, and here's the deal. There was a cat that was stranded on like a little concrete outcropping in
Right.
a drainage ditch. And there was nowhere for this little one to go.
Springville.
And people had called and said, the pet, I'm scared about the
Look,
pet.
watch this.
So here comes the officer, like a boss, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what he's thinking? He's going, "Ooh, that water's kind of cold." So you wonder where he's going, and he's actually heading under the bridge and over to the kitty cat stuck on a rock.
Oh.
Cats don't like water. Takes his blanket and does what everyone would want him to do, which is to save that little kitty.
Is that the most freaky and adorable thing you have ever seen?
It really is. And you know what he's thinking? He's also thinking, guess who's going to heaven? Me.
No, I actually think he's thinking, once this video gets out, I'm going to get a lot of dates because women are going to be like, "You are so cute." That was Corporal Latham, by the way. Corporal Latham, who took off his vest, duty belt, all of his stuff, rolled up his pants,
Hobble Creek.
and went for the kitty.
There you go.
Good
That'll
job,
end-
Corporal Latham.
That
And by
ends
the way,
show.
if you are single, you are so getting dates out of this.
You are. That's it for us.
For today.
Crazy show. Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GetPartDaily.com. See you tomorrow.